Yo guys, what's up? So, just yesterday, everybody was saying how the Raiders were planning on suspending Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown got into a fight with Mike Mayock. Well, it probably could have gotten physical, honestly, because Antonio Brown legit told him that he would put his hands on him and stuff. Um, and now a lot of people are saying, oh, he could go to the Patriots. Wouldn't Belichick want him? Hell no. Belichick would not want Antonio Brown on that team. You know what the Patriots are? They are a well-run organization. You know what Antonio Brown is? He's an ego case. Okay? The reason why you have Tom Brady winning all these Super Bowls without these star receivers is because one Tom Brady's amazing, and another is Bill Belichick's amazing, but the other is because there's receivers with chemistry are willing to not sacrifice, not catch every ball and not complain about it. Antonio Brown complains about everything. If he's not getting enough attempts, not getting enough passes, he's gonna walk off the field and cry. Bill Belichick would not have that on his team. He would never have that on his team. The most chaotic person I think Belichick has ever had on his football team was Ocho Cinco in 2012. And Ocho Cinco was getting old too. So he wasn't the same guy anymore. He wasn't the same ego case as he used to be. So they signed him. But Belichick would never have Antonio Brown on his team. Never. He would never tolerate it. Not the way that he acts now. If you clean up his act, maybe. But if you're talking to Bill Belichick, Bill Belichick will hammer you. He will. If you ever talk to him the same way that that Antonio Brown talked to Mike Mayock, Belichick would hammer him. Cut him right off the team. Cut him. He wouldn't even suspend him. He'd cut him. Because that's how he is. Jonas Gray, I don't know if you guys remember Jonas Gray, but he had one amazing game for the Patriots back in 2014 against the Colts. He ran for almost 200 yards. Dude was looking amazing. He looked like he could be the future great Patriot running back. You know what Belichick did? Cut him next week because he was late to a practice. He was late to a practice. And I believe, I don't remember correctly probably, but I think it was because his plane was late. And he had no control over it. It was just his plane was late. And Belichick cut him. You imagine if Antonio Brown went out to Bill Bellicheck and said, hey, you're not giving me the ball? Cut him right there. Cut him. You know what Belichick wants? He wants players that are willing to sacrifice their career for that team. And you know what? That's what Julian Edelman is. That's what Philip Dorsett is. That's even what Josh Gordon is. Josh Gordon is willing to do that. If he's able to win, Josh Gordon will do that. And you could talk about how Josh Gordon, he can't stay off the weed and stuff. Well, guess what? He's not a chaotic person. He's not a horrible person. He's not going up to the GM or owner Robert Kraft and saying, hey, give me more touches. No. He has an addiction. He has an addiction. He has a problem. But when he's playing on the field or even off the field, he seems like a nice guy. He seems like he knows where his place is in football. And the problem is Antonio Brown doesn't. Antonio Brown thinks he owns the Steelers. The Raiders. And for one thing, he doesn't own them, but he is the best player. But it doesn't matter what player you are. If you can win, that's the player the team wants. Not the best player. They want the player that's going to get them a win, not the player that's gonna ruin their team because of their own ego. That's what Antonio Brown basically is. Bill Belichick knows this, and that's why the Patriots are a successful organization. It's because they're getting players that gel well together, have good chemistry, and not self-destructive. They will play together in a good group, and they'll just win. They'll win because they have good chemistry. Antonio Brown isn't that. Antonio Brown is ego. That's all he is. That's Tom Brady's won 6 Super Bowls. His ego isn't even that. His ego isn't big. His ego isn't even big. He doesn't even call himself the GOAT, even though he is. Antonio Brown, this dude is just, he's a whiner. Bellicheck would never have it on his team. And if he ever did, right when Antonio Brown does something that he doesn't like, cut him right away. Doesn't matter how good you are. If you don't fit well with the system, if you're not going to get us wins, Bellicheck doesn't want you. And I don't even want Antonio Brown. I'm a Patriots fan. I wouldn't even want Antonio Brown on the team. You know how dangerous it would be to have Antonio Brown, Josh Gordon, Julian Edelman all on the same team? Tom Brady couldn't miss. Tom Brady would go great. But guess what? If you're destroying the team, right when Antonio Brown sees Julian Edelman getting a lot of passes, because that's what's going to happen. Right when Julian Edelman sees, this is a hypothetical standpoint, but if Antonio Brown was on the Patriots and he sees Julian Edelman, Tom Brady's favorite receiver, getting a bunch of passes, Antonio Brown's going to go up to him. Antonio Brown's going to go up to Bellicheck saying, give me the ball, give me the ball. Guess what? Belichick's not going to give you the ball. Bellicheck will probably sit you out. And that's just how it is. That's just how Bellicheck runs his team. And guess what? It works. It works. Antonio Brown is just destroying. The Raiders probably will cut him. They might cut him. I don't see why they wouldn't. But anyway, guys, it's stupid to even talk about, but it's true. Antonio Brown is destroying his career, basically. The dude's a nutcase. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.